Hi there YouTube. Today I'm going to show you guys my eyebrow routine. I know I look a bit of a mess, but the first thing I always do is eyebrows because if I mess it up, I can just cover it all up. I don't know. It's just a natural thing. So you guys can see my face in its naked state. So here we go. So the first thing I do is I take a spoolie, just like this. This is like a random brush I've had for like a million years. And I comb and try to like shape my eyebrows a little bit just to like, figure out where they are, where they end, and how much I'm gonna have to conceal the end. I just kind of shape them out. Just a little basic shape. And after that, I have this like old compact that I don't use, but as you can see, it's really dirty because that's where I mix this matte carbon eyeshadow and a setting spray. This is NYX Matte Finish Spray. I personally like it a lot, but I only use it for to make like a mixing medium, so that I can make a sort of liquid to draw on my eyebrows, and I found that that way works the best. I used to use just eyeshadow, but I like the way that the liquid works better. So what I do is I open up my matte carbon and I get a little bit, I just like try to get all the dust. You see I hit pan, I love this stuff. And I take whatever, there's like a dust in there, I take my thing and I just like pour it on there and make a little pile until like I get the desired amount. Then I take my setting spray and I just spray it. I spray it till it gets a little moist. All of the product, normally leftover products on there fine. I never had a problem with it. That's kind of gross for some people, but it saves eyeshadow for me. Because I don't necessarily use all of it all the time, because sometimes I do small ones, sometimes I do really thick eyebrows. So I always end up with extra product. So I mix it. You see it's making like a liquidy type thing. I think I might need more. So just gonna add a little bit more. Sometimes I use different eyeshadows, like different black eyeshadows. I guess you could do this with brown, but since I like dramatic eyebrows, that's just me and the way I like to function, I always use black. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit more out. So right now I have the mixed product. It's gross, I know it looks disgusting, but it works. So here we go. I have the side, is the spoolie, the side is like an angled liner brush. I use that. So normally I don't have like a set shape for my eyebrows, I just go for it. So I literally, it's just like whatever my hand goes is the way the eyebrow goes. If I draw them thick, then they're gonna be thick. If they end up thin, then they're gonna be thin. I don't fight the powder. I don't know, that was awful word to say, but I don't fight it. I let the brush do it and decide what brown I'm gonna have that day. That's why I always do it first. So I'm just gonna start out a little bit. It's like painting. It's literally like painting. So first I just do a little rough of like what I think it's gonna look like, what I like it to look like. It doesn't matter if it's like perfect or not because I'm gonna use concealer to clean it up. So right now it looks like atrocious. But don't worry, we're gonna fix it. So use my spoolie to like clean up the hairs to make sure I don't have so much hair that I have to conceal. I have real eyebrows most of the time because like sometimes I just like don't feel like doing anything with them. Most of the time I don't draw on eyebrows every day because that's a lot of work. And I'm really lazy. So that's why I have real eyebrows and I just don't shave them off. everyone always asks, why don't you just shave them off if you draw them on? I'm like, because that means that means I'm obligated to do something with them every day. I mean, I don't have to, but it's just what I prefer, and I think it's what my family prefers. Even though I moved out and I have my own place. If I go home without eyebrows, like, I'm like kicked out the house. That's just the story of my life. So that's why I still have them. I just do them really thin, so I'm like able to do something with them. God, this one's hard. You know, sometimes you have a bad eyebrow day, and that's okay. And what you need to keep in mind is eyebrows are sisters and not twins. One of them can come out really funky and gross. As long as they're somewhat, you can tell that they're like two eyebrows that are similar. That's how you can go on with life. Like this one looks really bad. This one is like worse compared to this one, but that's okay, because that's what concealer is for. So this is what I have right now. I know I look like a freak, but that's okay because we're gonna fix it. And without other makeup on and just having eyebrows, you kind of do look kind of weird, but it's like a whole face type thing. So now that I have this done, I use multiple concealers to try to like make it look a little bit better because I have a lot of hairs. So the first thing I have is this Cinema Secrets palette. I stole this from my mom. I have no idea where she got it from, but in the palette it has like multiple concealer shades that you can see are all gone. So I use this color right here, this one, and I take this brush. It's like a weird like painting brush. I find it works the best like for doing what I need to do. I used to use a finger or an angled liner brush, but this one I found works the best, so I can get it in all the creases. So I just take this and get a little bit around there. I normally only use this for the bottom, since this is a more like a stage makeup. It covers up hair better, so I use this as like a guideline at the bottom to cover up all the hair, not necessarily at the top. So here we go. This is where the step you can use to really like define the shape of the brow you want. Cover up everything you need to do, but this is where like the shaping takes place. I'm not sure if you can see, but there you take it up close. You can see like there's a little line. That's what you gotta do. So this is a really slow and painful step. So if you don't have patience, I'm sorry, I don't really have patience, but I'd like learned to have patience with dealing with my eyebrows. So I just paint it along here, along the lines, cleaning it up as I go, and covering up the many of hairs I have. I really, really like thin brows. That's always what I go for. If I try to get thin brows, the thinner the better. Because if I did shave off my eyebrows, I would have like pencil thin brows, but I don't shave them off. So I try to make them as thin as I possibly can. So you can see I have all the underneath concealer. I take my finger, kind of blend it. I blend it out a little bit just to see how much damage I've done and how much more I need to like conceal the under part. I know this color is really, really light, but it's the only color I have in this palette anymore. I used to use this one with a mix of this one, and it was like perfect. It covered up everything, but this lighter color does the job I needed to do. and it kind of acts like a highlight. I know that's like not like what it's supposed to do, but it's like a ghetto highlight. Since I don't have like another color concealer, like maybe do the other brow. This is where I always mess up, where I can never get, like one will look like yeah, and the other one will be like no, not happening today. And then I'm going to take the little spoon and comb the little hairs that I have underneath. Try to tangle them a little bit so I can decide if I need to use more of my liquid eyebrow stuff. I get them into place to where I'd like them to be. A little bit. So this is the first step. You see here I got it a lot more defined, doesn't look so gross and nasty from what it was before. So that's it for that. And I have like this really dirty rag I don't want to show you guys, but it's like a little makeup towel. It has periwinkle on the front, but it's covered in makeup. Just wipe off that so it doesn't mix with the other colored concealers I have. So the next one that I use is NYX. There's NYX concealer, full on coverage, and this colored is Nutmeg. So it's like one of the darkest colors. The second to the darkest color. There you go. And it looks like this. It's like a creamy consistency. I paint that on. I use this for the top, and I blend it into the bottom one so it doesn't look so light. And this is where I like kind of get each of the step going on, where I frame it more and more. So and also don't worry if you get it like a little bit of concealer like on the brow that you want to keep, because you can just go back with the black liquid and fix it up. That's normally what I do at the end. And just like blending these two colors together to try to make a decent color. And still cover up the little brow hairs that I have, and I don't really trip if there's still some out. I really don't. Like if there's a few showing, I'm like, whatever. I'm not like super perfectionist. I wish I could get them all covered, but if I can get the gist of them covered, then that's fine. Because when I don't have my eyebrows done, but normally when I don't have them done, I don't really trip about like having a bunch of hair showing, because I still need to get my eyebrows done. I haven't gotten them done in a while. like for what I do normally is I take some tweezers at night after my shower, and I like tweeze up some of the little hairs, but that hasn't happened because I just haven't got around to it. And sometimes the hairs just don't want to cooperate, and they just look atrocious. And that's kind of what's happening right now, but oh well. They do what they want to do, and I go day by day. I don't fight it. I don't sit there and try to like, yeah, you're gonna get covered up today. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's always one eyebrow that doesn't want to cooperate. And today it's this one. So there we go. That step is done, and now we have two kind of similar brows. Sorry for the lighting, it got sucky. It's really dark here lately, it's like not sunny. So sometimes when you leave your mixture a little bit too long, like hardens up, you just take another spray it, and mix it up, and it should be the right consistency again to use. So we got our liquid again. I only do it on this mirror because it's like the most mixing thing I have, like something that's flat that I can mix on. I don't really have like a palette thing like fancy people use. I just use this mirror. So now I'm just going back and fixing the lighter parts and parts that got a little concealer on them. Just kind of darkening them up. You want to do this with a steady hand, nothing too fast, because then you'll have to go back with your concealer and fix it if you kind of like got a little heavy-handed, or you missed the spot, or you accidentally got a little heavy spot. Like, see right there, I'm going to have to take a little concealer and fix it because it's not as square as I'd like it. And also on the ends here, I want to make them more pointy and not like square, so we can go back on the concealer and fix the point. Okay, that step's done. Now if I see a little concealer bunched up, I just take my finger and blend it out. Sometimes there's enough concealer where I can fix my point without getting my little brush out. Sometimes I gotta get my little brush out. So, my little brush. Again, with the NYX concealer. I'm just gonna fix up the points. Oh, I almost dropped it. I couldn't see the top one. Just going back through, making sure I have nice green lines. Nothing spotty or anything like that. So there we have it. My eyebrow routine. Draw them on. Fix them up and make it appropriate because I don't want to shave my eyebrows. So here's our finished product. I mean, you can do a lot more work trying to cover up hairs and such. Normally I do a lot of work, but today is just not one of those days where I want to eyebrows have to be concealed today. And sometimes as the last step to try to get all the hairs covered up, I use this NYX Incredible Waterproof Concealer. And what's the color? Nutmeg yet again. And it's a little stick concealer like this. And you just take it around. I take it and I used to just draw the sections I want to cover up. And that's normally what I do. I've tried like every method to draw them on. I've tried a lot. I used to use liquid eyeliner, not the business. I used gel eyeliner for a long time. That one I thought really worked until, and then I tried just using eyeshadow. That worked. That was a long time. I used that for a long time until I figured out the method that I have now, which works the best and the fastest, I think. Because with eyeshadow, sometimes I get a lot of fallout, mess up my face if I did my foundation first, stuff like that. But this one, it's really easy to use. Stuff's not like crazy expensive. I just found what I like to do the best, and this is it. So next week, I'm probably gonna do a eyeshadow routine, or maybe my foundation routine. So tune back in next week. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice night. See you next week. So I thought I would show you guys the finished look, eyebrows, eyeshadow, foundation, and lipstick and everything, so that you can get the idea of like what it looks like compared to everything else. So here's the eyebrows with shadow. You see it looks a lot better than by itself, so it kind of like, with just eyebrows, foundation, without lipstick. So I thought I'd just show you guys the final look.